Well, welcome to your 4 to 5 on this Friday. It's 4 o'clock. I'm Sydney here with Claire and Hunter. Good afternoon to the both of you. And you can see Chad waving up there in the top corner. Chad, we're excited to get to you. And as you can see, we have a lot going on today. Chad makes his last stop in the Silver Bells Tour and some traffic in Greensboro, plus a story how some kids are searching for a permanent home ahead of the holidays.
This weekend, we're also watching a strong system of storms heading our way. And Claire, that's where you step in.
Absolutely. Well, you know, before then, it actually is going to be pretty nice, especially today. I mean, we've been in the lower 60s with plenty of sunshine, a lot of upper level clouds making through. But hey, lots of peaks of sunshine these past couple of hours. That's all thanks to high pressure just sitting offshore and continuing to move offshore. That's ushering in warmer air. And we're going to see that warmth not only play out today in the lower 60s for highs, but also into this weekend. We're going to be back in the middle 60s, feeling a little bit more like spring than we are actually now in almost the second week of December 8th. Current conditions right now are currently sitting in the lower 60s, 60 in Greensboro, 62 in Asheboro, and in Reedsville. Pretty nice day to be out and about. And if you have to pick a weekend day to get anything done, whether it be putting up your holiday decor, make sure it is Saturday. Heading into tomorrow, going to be a cooler start, 40s before we're back into the middle 60s. Notice rain chances are also back into the mix later on into the afternoon and also into the evening. That's all in association with a cold front that's going to up chances for widespread rainfall. Could even see some ponding alongside the road, so flash flooding is possible with some of this heavier rain. Of course, gusty winds up to around 25 to 35 miles per hour in association with this storm, and isolated severe storms are continuing to be possible heading throughout the day on Sunday. Here's what you can expect heading into your Sunday and also into next week. Going to be a little bit cooler, but I'll have a full look at your forecast. That's coming up in just a couple minutes.
Claire, thank you. Get ready for some traffic along Westgate City Boulevard. Right now, UNCG students are graduating at the Greensboro Coliseum. The Department of Transportation says you can expect some extra traffic on our major interstates, Highway 29 and Westgate City Boulevard. Drivers heading to the Coliseum are urged to carpool.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. New at 4, detectives in Burlington are charging a man and 3 teens for allegedly setting a fire at a Western Electric Company building. This is the same group of people who were charged in the Culp Weaving Mill fire and another fire at a home in Green Level. Police think each of the fires happened around the same time. Investigators were able to link the suspects to the Western Electric Company fire after receiving a tip.
A Greensboro man is dead after police say he was hit while walking on the street. Just this morning, the police department shared that Alejandro Del Angel died from injuries he sustained in a hit and run on Westgate City Boulevard last Friday. They say he was walking on the road around 2 in the morning when a driver hit him, launching him into the air. Police say the suspect did not stay on the scene but did call in the crash later. Investigators say charges are pending as their investigation continues.
North Carolina's Attorney General is suing the NCAA over its current transfer rules. He, along with several other AGs from around the country, say the current transfer rules violate antitrust laws by only allowing one free transfer. Stein wants the NCAA to drop the transfer restrictions. He cited the Tez Walker situation at UNC. He says the NCAA didn't have the right to block his eligibility for the first month of the season. The lawsuit has bipartisan support.
Meanwhile, Duke has found its next head football coach. The university is hiring Manny Diaz as the team's next leader. He comes to Duke after spending the last 2 seasons as Penn State's defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. He's no stranger to ACC football, though. He spent 3 seasons as the head coach at Miami. He will be introduced tomorrow. Tomorrow, 2 Piedmont Triad teams will compete for a state championship. For the 7th time in the last 8 years, the Reedsville Rams are back in the title game. The team is seeking its 23rd state championship after rolling over Shelby 49-14. Meanwhile, in Surry County, Mount Airy High School is also in the title game with a 15-0 record season. And Mount Airy takes on Tarboro for the 1A championship inside Keenan Memorial Stadium in Chapel Hill at noon. Then at 3, Reedsville will face Clinton in the 2A championship inside Carter Finley Stadium in Raleigh.
This time of year, it's all about traditions, and it's known for bringing families together. For many kids in North Carolina, finding a permanent family is #1 on their Christmas list. This is Evan. He's 10 years old and hopes to get adopted by a kind family.
Because if you're a little kid and you don't have a family, then you can't learn from nobody.
His 8-year-old brother Dylan hopes that the family likes to go outside.
Play sports and play with them.
Their recruiter, Marielle Quintero, says they are both very smart and inseparable.
Dylan looks up to Evan, and Evan is very protective over Dylan, so definitely the goal is to keep them together, hopefully.
According to the Children's Home Society of North Carolina, these two brothers are among the nearly 100 kids listed on their website waiting to find their permanent home for the holidays.
These children deserve to have a permanent place, to be people that will be there to support them and their dreams and their futures.
CHS says not only do they need more people to adopt, but there's a critical shortage of foster parents. With nearly 11,000 children in care, there are only 5,400 foster homes in North Carolina. Also, there's a 23% decline in foster homes from 2021 to 2022. Quintero says the holidays bring families together to create memories.
It's been a while since they've done any Christmas traditions, like something as simple as like getting to build, I don't know, a gingerbread house. Like just having that opportunity to do something as simple as that, like, would just bring so much joy for them.
Her hope is that kids, just like Evan and Dylan, see the magic of Christmas and get the family they dreamed of.
Please, they're amazing kids. Like, they just need someone. They just need a chance.
Now you can find a list of the kids and how to become a foster parent on the Children's Home Society of North Carolina's website.
It's the final day of Chad's Silver Bells tour across the Piedmont Triad. All week, Chad's been out ringing the red kettle bells for the Salvation Army in an effort to raise as much money as he can. And he joins us now live from his last stop in Greensboro at the Belk at the Friendly Center. Chad, I know you are sad the tour is coming to an end.
Oh yeah, Sydney, it's been just an incredible week, just going everywhere across the Triad, and we have come to the final stop on the tour here in Greensboro. And look at the band behind us. It's St. Pius X Catholic School Band. They also have some singers coming out here. We're gonna listen to them here shortly in just a little bit because they're doing really well. But we're at the Belk at Friendly Center, the entrance facing the Macy's. Just got here at 4 o'clock. Like I said, it's been a really incredible week. You have raised thousands of dollars for the local Salvation Army chapters all across the Triad. We've been to 8 different cities. This is the last stop. I hope to see you out here. We've got a lot coming up over the next hour and a half, so stay with us.
Toyota continues to give back to the community. This as its new battery manufacturing plant will be built at the Greensboro Randolph mega site. This morning, Toyota employees donated $20,000 to the Salvation Army of Randolph County, Asheboro, just in time for the holidays. They also sorted out toys for the organization. The car maker made the donation in advance of Toyota's hiring event planned for tomorrow with Guilford Works. It will be at the Evangel Fellowship Church from 10 to 2. Toyota wants to eventually hire more than 4,000 workers. No experience is required, and Toyota will provide paid training. The company recommends anyone interested to complete the online application before the event.
You won't believe what is trending on social media. People have found a new use for toilet paper. They are putting it in the fridge. The trend is going viral on TikTok. Creators say it is a hack to keep your fridge smelling clean because the roll of toilet paper will absorb smelly odors. Pretty much they say it's meant to work the same way as most people use an open box of baking soda for fridge smell. So if you want to try it, TikTok creators recommend you replace the roll about every 3 weeks. What do you think about that?
You can see just my face. I don't know, just take out the bad food.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I mean, I just feel like that's a lot of toilet paper to go through. Every 3 weeks you're putting in a new roll. Also, if you have someone over at your house and they open the fridge and there's just toilet paper.
I could see that being a little bit.
Yeah.
I could see that being funny. It's also expensive.
Yeah.
Toilet paper is very
And I go through
expensive
toilet
nowadays.
paper so easily too. I mean,
It's one of those items that do go through just like that.
just like that.
Some
yeah.
reason though, I do to your point about cleaning out your fridge, but why do I want to try it? I don't know.
I know, just to see.
Just to
Just
see. It's
see if it
interesting
works.
that can do that. Toilet
Yeah,
paper.
I know.
so-
I might have to test it out. I don't know.
I'll test it out with you.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll be right back.
Hey there, it's your friends from the Good Morning Show, Ben, Lauren, and Megan.
Do you have a little one who's turning 2 years old?
We want to celebrate them on TV with Who's Turning 2 Tuesdays. Text birthday to 336-379-5775 to find out how to submit your birthday boy or girl.
And from all of us on the Good Morning Show, happy birthday!
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you?
Hey Facebook family, Hunter Funk here. Hope you're all doing great today. The 4 to 5 team has enjoyed being with you on the Facebook stream these past couple of years. We have heard from so many of you and it's been a blast, to be honest. We do want to let you know though, this will be our last Facebook stream. But you'll still be able to follow us on our Facebook page. Be sure to check out the 4 to 5 show, and you can do so on the streams on WFMY Plus, on Roku and Fire TV, and on WFMYnews2.com. We'll see you there.
One thing you can count on for the holidays is sitting and watching movies with the family, and today we have the movie just for you.
It's called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, the movie came out in the 80s, but as WFMY News 2's Meaning Franks explains, it stood the test of time as a holiday favorite.
Aw, there's no Thanksgiving-based holiday movie, is what someone would say. Who is wrong? The John Hughes classic Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is, arguably, the quintessential Thanksgiving feature for your turkey holiday. With the comedic and poignant duo of Steve Martin and John Candy, this film offers both the lessons that Thanksgiving gives, see what I did there, as well as the opportunity to gut bust your sides, not only from the food, but from laughter.
During holiday travel, some people get delirious, some get delayed, and some get Del Griffin.
American Light and Fixture, Director of Sales, Shower Curtain Ring Division.
Neil Page, played by Steve Martin, is trying to get home to his wife and kids for the Thanksgiving holiday. But when do things ever go right? When a snowstorm derails his plans and he's forced to travel with the shower curtain ring salesman, Del Griffith, played by John Candy, Page and the audience are pushed to their comedic limits. As far as comedies go, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles succeeds on two fronts. One, as an exceptional situational comedy, and two, it also succeeds as a surprisingly touching drama. By offering both, director-writer John Hughes adds to the repertoire under his belt of comedic films with enough heart to make The Grinch Save Christmas. That same heart is expanded thanks to Candy and Martin's harmony in hilarity. They play off each other in both the boisterous moments and the quiet ones. Few scenes are as deliciously funny as the pair driving down the wrong side of the road, that odd couple waking up in bed together cuddling, and then Steve Martin's, of course, bottled anger in his profane tirade. It is those subsequent hearty scenes that just keep the good times rolling. While Martin plays up his well-known typecast of straight-laced suburban family man, it's Candy as the lovable, aloof Del Griffith that centers itself as the heart of the film. They work together so effortlessly that it's criminal that they didn't do more films together before of Candy's untimely passing. This might be a bold take, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles might be John Hughes' best writing-directing combo. My opinion. And that's saying something considering he's done Weird Science, Uncle Buck, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and, The Breakfast Club, and there's so many more that I haven't mentioned. But when it comes to the Thanksgiving holiday season, this is a movie not only for Turkey Day, but to discover the notion of found family. And I think that's what makes this one so everlasting. Because of that, I'm giving it a 2 approved. You can stream it currently on Paramount Plus, or of course, buy and/or rent.
I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
Okay, so you said that this was the best, but I want to hear your understanding a little bit more because, again, Ferris Bueller's Days Off was great.
And that's why I think there's a big distinction between favorite and best. For
Okay.
me, this is my favorite because I love the combination of John Candy and Steve Martin
Okay, yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
But a favorite can be is not subjective. Best is wait. Did I get that? Let me fix that around. Okay,
Yeah.
best
Little
is
switcheroo.
Yeah.
objective.
Switcheroo.
Yeah, it's subjective how people see their favorite. So that was my personal favorite, and that is a preview of a later date, our News 2 Reviews holiday special coming up. So be prepared for that. We'll have more holiday-themed reviews. This one was, of course, for Thanksgiving.
Can you give us a sneak peek of what the next one will
Yeah,
be?
come on now.
Well, there's other ones, such as, I don't want to spoil
I
anything.
knew it. I knew it. I tried to get
There's
it
some
out of you.
Halloween, Christmas.
Yeah.
That's really
Well, this one, I just wonder how they are in real life, or how they were, excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had to have been just best friends.
I
Or have
was
some
real
sort of
close.
awesome relationship. You know what I mean?
They did, absolutely. But yeah, these two were actually, well, Candy, may rest in peace, wasn't a comedy titan, and Steve Martin still is, in my opinion. So yeah, I absolutely love them, and this is a great movie on Paramount Plus to stream. If you guys have some time over the holiday season, yes, it's Thanksgiving, but you can listen to it or watch it anytime.
Oh, well, thank you, Manning, so much. We'll be right back.
A much warmer day today than certainly the past couple. Yesterday, lower 50s, day before that in the upper 40s. Today in the 60s, with more 60s on the way for the weekend as high pressure spins clockwise, ushering in southerly breezes and that warmth heading into this weekend. But we are currently watching this incoming cold front bringing in low pressure and even the possibility for some thunderstorms and widespread rainfall. Here's a look at it in our high-res futurecast into Saturday. Could see an isolated shower or two. Not expecting anything severe on Saturday, but could see the opportunity for a couple of potential storms heading into Sunday, especially into the afternoon and evening. So we're going to have to keep an eye to the sky heading into Sunday specifically. What you can expect up to around an inch or so of rainfall, gusty winds 25 to 35 miles per hour for the most part, especially into the afternoon. As we had also throughout the day, going to be seeing some potential rainfall between 1.5 inches to 2 inches at most across the area. But into next week, we're back into the chilly upper 40s and lower 50s with lots of sunshine.
Welcome back. There is big news on a medical breakthrough. The FDA has approved the first gene therapies to treat patients with sickle cell disease. About 100,000 Americans are living with this painful condition that dramatically shortens a person's lifespan.
The chief medical correspondent shows us how the new therapy changed the life of a 15-year-old from Connecticut.
From the time he was a baby, pain was at the center of Johnny Lubin's daily existence.
Like my lower back, and it'd really be hurting.
Johnny had inherited a gene for sickle cell from each of his parents, Fabienne and JR.
You know, it was devastating as I found out and discovered more about the disease.
Pain from sickle cell can occur anywhere blood circulates. That's because red blood cells, normally donut-shaped, bend into inflexible sickle shapes, causing them to pile up inside blood vessels and prevent the normal delivery of oxygen throughout the body. Complications include bone deterioration, strokes, and organ failure. For more than a decade, Johnny was in and out of the hospital.
We felt like he suffered for so long and so much that we wanted to try, anything.
In the past, that would have meant correcting those abnormal red blood cells using donated bone marrow. As an only child, Johnny had only about a 15% chance of finding a match. But then, the family learned about a cutting-edge clinical trial to edit a small number of the billions of letters in Johnny's genetic code and relieve his symptoms. No donor would be needed.
They did explain that it's a trial.
First, stem cells were removed from Johnny's bone marrow, and he was given chemotherapy to help wipe out the abnormal cells. Then, in a laboratory, the gene editing technology called CRISPR was used to increase the amount of a protective form of hemoglobin, a protein that picks up oxygen from our lungs and delivers it throughout the body. The cells were then infused back into Johnny's bloodstream. Dr. Monica Bhatia is chief of pediatric stem cell transplantation at New York Presbyterian Columbia and Johnny's doctor.
You're reprogramming your cells to produce fetal hemoglobin. And it's been widely known those who have higher levels of fetal hemoglobin tend to have less severe symptoms of sickle cell disease.
As an investigator in the CRISPR trials, Dr. Bhatia was well aware there was no margin for error.
You're changing somebody's DNA, so obviously you want to make sure that the corrections you're making are the ones you want.
October 4th was infusion day. We like to call that my second birthday.
After 5 weeks in the hospital and 6 months out of school, Johnny was living a whole new life.
I thought that was pretty cool, how I have new cells. And I honestly hoped, I could get, some superpowers from it, like genetically engineered.
His doctor said everything looks good. He can go and live his life as a normal kid.
Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
We all know sickle cell is just a tough disease. Glad to see that there are some improvements. Patients will have to be followed long term before the experts call this a cure. Gene editing is expected to cost several $1 million per patient, and it may not be appropriate for everyone with sickle cell.
It would also not prevent the gene from being passed down to future generations. Incredible story there. Well, don't forget, you have a chance to help save lives with your blood on Tuesday. WFMY News 2 is teaming up with the American Red Cross for our annual holiday blood drive. Just text BLOOD to 336-379-5775, and we'll send you all the information you need straight to your phone. We'll be back.
Brad just said, Angela, mic check. You want to say anything to him?
Hello. Hi, buddy. Get back to work. Don't say that about my friends.
He said he broke the button on the shop box officially.
He did. It was him, yes. It was him. It was you, Brad. No, it was actually...
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. Hunter, Claire, Sydney, we are all here and we're having some fun, I would say.
We really are. It's the girl gang.
Yeah.
It's Friday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Well, the Silver Bells Tour is sadly coming to an end all week. WFMY News 2's Chad Silber has been helping the Salvation Army raise money for families ahead of the holidays.
And he joins us now live from the last stop on his tour at the Friendly Center in Greensboro. Chad, as you make your final push, what have you enjoyed the most?
Gosh, good question. Honestly, I think my favorite part about the Silver Bells Tour, and it's always been this way, is the generosity of people donating to people that they might not even know. Somebody putting a $1 bill, a $5, $10, $20, or a check for $100 in the kettle, and they don't know where it's going. They don't know the person who will benefit from this. And one thing that I've learned over the past couple of days, as well as in previous years, is that so many people need the Salvation Army's help this time of year. We've met so many people during the week who came out to donate, who said, I used to get help from the Salvation Army. I used to stay at the Salvation Army shelter. And so now it's my duty to give back to the Salvation Army and to I guess, really help the next person in need. And so that really has been the shining spot for the Silver Bells Tour overall. But we are live at the Belk at Friendly Center. We're here until 8 o'clock. We've got some really good music coming up from some kids who are getting ready to sing here. So don't miss it. We'll be right back.
And maybe you're heading out to the last stop of the Silver Bells Tour. Well, not going to need the too heavy of a jacket, maybe long sleeves at best. We're in the lower 60s today thanks to southerly breezes. Quite a change from the past couple of days of the 40s and the 50s. And into tomorrow, we're getting even warmer. We're back into the middle 60s with isolated shower chances back into the mix, primarily into the afternoon and evening. Perhaps you have weekend plans or you're wanting to put up some holiday decorations. Make sure they're tied down into Sunday. We're looking at gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour. Widespread heavy rainfall could even cause some ponding alongside roads. Here's what those gusts will look like heading into Saturday. Again, 15-20 mile per hour at most, but heading into Sunday, beginning to ramp up as we head toward the afternoon and evening, anywhere between 25 to 35 miles per hour. Again, that is an isolated severe threat, mainly in the eastern counties of the Triad, but we'll continue to keep an eye on this system. A look at the futurecast clouds and radar heading into Saturday, back into the middle 60s, isolated shower chances, but the bulk of that and those intense storms beginning to make their way into Sunday, especially into the early afternoon and evening hours. So make sure you have a way to receive severe weather alerts. And of course, make sure you are staying weather aware. 7-day forecast behind this system, much cooler thanks to that cold front. We're back into the middle 40s on Monday. Highs slowly making their way back into the lower 50s with overnight lows in the upper 20s Tuesday morning.
President Joe Biden's son, Hunter, has been indicted again on federal charges. Late last night, prosecutors formally charged him with evading federal taxes.
Dania Backus says the latest from Los Angeles, where the charges were filed.
Hunter Biden, son of President Joe Biden, is now indicted on 9 counts related to his taxes. A 56-page indictment from a California grand jury lays out charges that include failure to pay taxes, filing false tax documents, failure to file taxes, and tax evasion. The president's son is accused of avoiding payment of at least $1.4 million in taxes to the IRS. The taxes have since been paid.
If you willfully fail to file your tax returns, willfully defraud the IRS of certain amounts of money, and claim deductions that you are not warranted, that is a crime. So these are serious charges.
The indictment alleges Hunter Biden spent this money on drugs, escorts and girlfriends, hotels, and exotic cars. The tax charges were filed here in California because Biden lived here when the alleged crimes were committed. He already has pleaded not guilty to felony gun charges in Delaware. Prosecutors there allege he lied about drug use to purchase a gun in 2018.
I think on the legal front, he's going to claim that this was not willful, that he was going through an extremely hard time. He had well-documented substance abuse. His brother had died. He was going through a divorce.
Biden's attorney issued a statement saying, based on the facts in the law, if Hunter's last name was anything other than Biden, the charges in Delaware and now California would not have been brought. If convicted, Hunter Biden faces up to 17 years in prison.
Previously, Hunter Biden had been expected to plead guilty to misdemeanor tax charges as part of a plea deal with prosecutors. But the deal collapsed last summer when a judge raised questions about it.
Let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup now. Jewish people around the world are marking the start of the celebration of Hanukkah as the war between Israel and Hamas now enters its 3rd month. Combat is ramping up in southern Gaza and hospitals continue to be overwhelmed with Palestinian patients, with aid slowly trickling in and the death toll climbing. The White House says they are not close to another deal for a temporary ceasefire, but continue to encourage the protection of civilians in Gaza.
Now to the latest on the UNLV campus shooting. Investigators say the gunman had a list of targets. Detectives say the 67-year-old shooter was a career professor who had unsuccessfully applied for a job at the university. Officials say no one on his list became a victim, but 3 faculty members were killed in the shooting and a 4th was wounded. No students were hurt. The gunman was killed in a shootout with officers.
The Federal Trade Commission has issued a warning about scammers using QR codes to steal personal information. They say scammers are sending QR codes by text or email under false pretexts, such as the need to reschedule a package delivery or a notification of suspicious activity. Scanning those codes could steer unsuspecting victims to fake websites, which could allow scammers to install malware that steal personal information.
Check this out, McDonald's just opened a brand new restaurant, but it's not the menu you'd probably expect. The new drive-thru only Cosmix sells flavored teas and breakfast foods. And if you're curious about the name, it's based on one of McDonald's mascots from the 80s and 90s named Cosmic, who was an alien. Now, Cosmic stores will also test drive-through pickup lanes and cashless payment devices to boost service speed. The town of Bolingbrook says residents are excited.
People are talking, they're raving about their experiences here. So again, we're very, very excited to have them, and we're looking forward to engaging with McDonald's.
McDonald's aims to open about 10 pilot stores by the end of 2024. This one in Illinois, and the rest will pop up in Texas. The fast food spot also wants to have 10,000 new store openings worldwide by 2027. Cosmix will also offer popular McDonald's menu items like the McMuffin, as well as new slushies too that come in flavors like Cherry Energy Burst and Blueberry Ginger Boost.
Yeah, nobody needs Starbucks. Nobody needs coffee.
I was getting when you have something with some ginger boost in it.
with
Never
some
heard of
boost.
something like that. Ginger, it sounds kind of holiday-ish a little bit. Maybe because the ginger, like you think of gingerbread or something. I don't know.
I think I would definitely have that over the teas. Even though I grew up in North Carolina, I'm not a big tea person. I mean, I would take. I know, right?
That actually reminds me. I'm off subject now, but Christian Morgan posted a really funny post about.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, about it was so funny. Basically saying that us folks in the South don't like that tea that's
unsweet.
Right, exactly. That's
exactly.
unsweet, which is so true.
I know. My mom will order unsweet tea, and then she'll add a bunch of Splenda. I'm like, what are you doing?
Wait,
just get the sweet tea.
Yeah.
Well, she likes it more, like even more sweet.
Yeah.
I don't blame her though.
I know, right? But I like my tea hot. I don't really like it iced.
I do like hot tea.
Am I wrong for that?
Hot tea is very good too.
I see.
I can't argue. This is a great opinion.
I don't know. Energy sounds pretty nice though.
Yeah, honestly.
That's right. Well, on to our next conversation. Hip hop's 50th anniversary is bringing together legends of the industry. This Sunday's concert special will feature icons from Fresh Prince to Spinderella. Dania Backus is a preview of a Grammy salute to 50 years of hip hop.
Are you all ready to celebrate music that changed the whole world forever?
The Grammy Salute brings 5 decades of hip-hop royalty to the stage, including the female voices that have become some of the genre's biggest stars.
Ladies first, yes? Yes! There's a lot of boys clubs out here, and hip-hop was one of them until you heard the female's voice.
We showed up, we stayed, we maintained, and we forged a new plateau for the next female MC coming.
They took my rings, they took my Rolex.
The 2-hour concert showcases the future of hip-hop while honoring its past, including a reunion with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, the group that received the first Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance in 1989.
This night is something special because you get to see so many different generations of hip-hop all on one stage.
LL Cool J and Questlove are executive producers.
I just wanted to take a step back and just bring the these artists to the forefront, give them their moment to shine.
Hip hop is the celebration of the drum break. It's the celebration of dance, of freedom. It's basically the expression of joy.
The concert offers a chance to rediscover hip-hop history and to recognize its role in shaping culture around the world. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And the Grammy Salute to 50 Years of Hip Hop airs Sunday night on CBS and streams on Paramount+. We'll be right back.
Hey, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination. Dark delicious cookie meets an icy cold sensation.
Hey Facebook family, it's Hunter Funk here. I hope you guys are all doing great today. We are again going to repeat this message for those who missed it. The 4 to 5 team has enjoyed being with you on the Facebook stream over the last couple years. We've heard from so many of you and it really has been a blast, and we want all of you to know that this will be our last Facebook stream. But you'll still be able to follow us on our Facebook page. And to check out the 4 to 5 show, you can check it out on the streams on WFMY Plus, on Roku and Fire TV, and on WFMYnews2.com. We'll see you there.
Taking a picture with Santa, it's what you do this time of year. But I gotta tell you, a lot of places charge a lot of money for that tradition. You know, when you're a kid, you don't even think about the cash that mom and dad has laid out for that.
Oh, no. There is a Greensboro Facebook page, and that topic is exactly what they were talking about this morning, trying to find some good deals as to where they could find Santa for a good price.
Right, and then you think, not only did mom and dad pay, but then the kid most likely just cries through the whole thing, right?
That's exactly, I'm seeing from all my family members that have kids, you know, the kids are sobbing. They got one to work with it, but the other one's just screaming.
Well, you know what? I mean, you can always get another family member and have them play dress up. I saw a
As
costume,
Santa?
as Santa for like $50. I mean, that's probably cheaper than the pictures. Go dress up and
yeah,
get the family members in on it.
Right, because most of those photo ops are like $50.
Oh, really?
That is
yes.
The ones they were talking about in that group were about around 60 to 70, so it was a lot. It was
Right. I mean, you do get the assurance that you get your time with Santa, right?
Yeah.
And that you're not standing in line forever and not getting your picture with Santa, but that's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of cash.
Right, so if that's not fit into your budget and you don't mind standing in line a little bit, I've got some freebies for you.
Grab a selfie stick and your phone. Two Wants to Know found ways you can get a pic with Santa for free. December 9th, it's a popular freebie day. Santa and Mrs. Claus are available from 11 to 2 at the Piedmont Farmers Market. This is the one right off of I-40. Santa's at the Caboose at the Rural Hall Historic Train Depot from 5:30 to 7:30, and then Santa makes his way to downtown Burlington from 4 until 7. Whoa! Santa's trading in his sleigh for a plane and touching down at the Piedmont Triad International Airport in Greensboro from 4 to 6 on December 13th and December 20th. He'll be on the departure level near American Airlines. The Biltmore Hotel in downtown Greensboro is hosting Santa in the lobby from 11 until 3 on multiple weekends and even the Friday before Christmas. And the Mass General Store in downtown Winston-Salem sees Santa from 2 until 5 on 2 of the weekends. Look in the 2 Wants to Know section to get all the dates, the times, and the info.
You can call them the king of the ice castle. Take a look at how a Minnesota company's fish houses have become a popular sight in the land of 10,000 frozen lakes.
The Midwest is a part of the country where real estate seems to expand in the wintertime. Once it's cold enough, little cities form on frozen lakes. But these days, it's as much about fine living as it is about fishing.
You could live in this thing if you wanted to.
You could. Basically, you got your full-size bathroom in here, shower, toilet, sink.
Brett Drexler's dad, Jeff, began building fish houses in Montevideo 26 years ago. He started with a couple, but then demand took off, like a northern at the end of a fishing line.
No clue, no idea that it would grow to be what it is. A little different from the, the plywood box that we used to fish in, for sure.
That's because ice castles, like this American Freedom model, have all the amenities: kitchens and countertops, sleeping quarters and slide outs for more space.
You got a spot here for a TV, and then you got another spot in the back for another TV.
But make no mistake, the houses are as popular in July as they are in January.
Hunt and camp, regular camping, ice camping, extra sleeping at the cabin.
Ice Castle has grown steadily over the years. They now have 160 employees, and they build from scratch. The frames are put together in one plant before they're moved to the next one.
So, I mean, you start off with floor decking, and then it goes to wall building, and then it goes to electrical, and then it goes to spray foam, and then it goes here.
And this is where the final touches are made. No fish house leaves the building without a thorough inspection. That's Jared Stewart's job. He's the production manager and a jack of all trades.
I checked the fiberglass, I checked the stone guard, I checked the frames. When I started, we were doing 2-3 houses a day, and then we went all the way up to 16 houses a day.
80% of what they do is custom made. That includes this fish house caboose. And customers now come from as far south as Tennessee and as far west as Montana.
Back in the day, we had pop-ups. And now we have fish houses that we can take out on the ice, and we can cook in them, we can sleep in them.
A far cry from the fish houses Grandpa used to sit in. What started as a small project in a small town has turned into an ice castle kingdom.
It's fun to see them when you're driving and you just see them spotted on all the lakes. It's fun to see.
No,
you guys, it's cool.
I know it is cool. I would have to have the heat cranking in there to be able to stay there. I mean, I get cold so easy, and I know there's not a lot of insulation in those things, so I would need the layers on for sure.
That's better than, though, because I've been ice fishing and you have like a straight up just a cylinder, so it blocks a little bit of the wind, but it's nothing.
Yeah.
So that is so much better because you just bring it out on your truck and unhitch it and just do your thing.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Wow.
Well, Ice Castle builds about 30 houses a week, and they made 60 different models over the past 25 years, and their houses are RV certified, so you can take them anywhere.
That's insane.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. Well, luckily we do not have this kind of, well, I guess it depends on who you are, but the weather is not like that here.
No, and especially not right now. Not even feeling like December right now as we enter the second week. We're in the 60s, and into tomorrow, we're going to be in the middle 60s. Look at futurecast clouds and radar. Could see some isolated showers in the mix by tomorrow afternoon. Well into the evening, we're back down into the 50s, but starting to see a couple of isolated showers and storms make their way into the area throughout the day on Sunday. The bulk of that threat going to be between 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening, so make sure you have a way to receive severe weather alerts. We're going to be back into the middle 60s. What all you can expect with this system: again, scattered rain could cause some problems for ponding alongside roads and flash flooding, so make sure you are careful out on the roadways. Also going to be pretty gusty, 25 to 35 miles per hour, and there is that low severe thunderstorm risk and tornado risk into the afternoon and evening. 7-day forecast, though, behind this system, we're back into the 40s and 50s. Chilly overnight lows in the 20s.
Before we go, one last check-in on WFMY News 2's Chad Silver. He joins us live from the Friendly Center in Greensboro as he wraps up his Silver Bells tour across the Piedmont Triad. Chad, any big plans for the finale?
Hunter, you know that I've always got tricks up my sleeve, and for the grand finale, we've got an incredible choir. Listen to them. These are singers from St. Pius X.
Hey, 1098-765-432.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hi there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey guys, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie.
Oh, testing. Test. Testing 1, 2, 3. I don't.
I've always liked to window shop, but now I like to floor and door shop too. Scrolling for houses online on my phone. Knowing I have no intention of moving, it's just fun seeing other people's places. And recently I came across the most unique listing in High Point, where they turned an old broken pool into a bar. I posted on my Facebook page and was not prepared for what came next. The post now has been shared more than 600 times, and so many people have been debating in the comments about if it was a good idea. That's cool. What's not okay is that a handful of people made the comments really nasty. They were cursing at each other and throwing some racist language around. Most of them were not even from our area, and it was over a house they won't ever see in real life. I just don't get it. Why do people feel it's okay attacking others online? The Apps Foundation found 28% of people are more likely to be aggressive online. Among the reasons they said, it was, quote, easier to express their real feelings when not face to face. The social media world is broken, just like that pool was. And like the pool, it's time to give Facebook a new life. Do the hard thing, reset. So the next time you see someone getting upset or critical in the comments section, please don't feed into it by responding. Just pray for those people and keep on scrolling. That's my 2 cents. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts right now.
We are on top of breaking news right now on WFMY News 2 at 5 o'clock. The state just confirmed that the Parole Commission denied Janet Danhay's request to be released from prison. This was a high-profile case in Greensboro. Danhay killed 4 people in an apartment fire more than